Hello and welcome to KIRKY'S Kitchen Part 2 Fruit Jalousie. So for this you're going to need a flour dredger, a baking tray with a baking liner, a rolling pin, a pastry brush, a vegetable knife, a teaspoon and some little pots to put your fillings in. And then the first thing you're going to do is you're going to turn your oven on. You're going to put a little bit of flour on your table. So you've got your fruit jalousie filling, which you made the lesson before. With your flour dredger, always hold the lid, and you don't want loads, you just want a little bit. This is to stop it from sticking. Also, pop a little bit on your rolling pin to stop it from sticking to your rolling pin. Now with pastry, you don't want it to melt, so you don't want to get it out of the fridge till you need it. And then you're going to put your pastry down and you're going to roll it and turn. So roll it and turn. You want to try and keep it the same shape in a rectangle, and you want to try and keep it even, and roll it gently so you don't change the shape of it, and just make sure that it's not sticking. If it's sticking a little bit, add a little bit more flour, but you don't want to add loads as it will change, it will make it a bit dry. So this one is puff pastry, so it has loads of layers of pastry in it. So you can see there's loads of layers in this one. So you don't want to scrunch it up, it's different to short crust pastry. With this, you want to make sure that the first roll is the perfect roll, because you can't roll it up and reuse it, because it will ruin the layers and it won't puff. So keep rolling, just move it to check that it's not sticking to the table, and you want to make it about 1/2 centimetre thickness, because don't forget this is going to rise and puff up. And just keep rolling it out so you try and get the same shape all over. And just keep picking it up so you know that it's not stuck to your table. Okay, so once it's rolled out into a rectangular shape, then you're good to go. And you want it to be about 1/2 centimetre thickness, which you can see here. Okay, then with your shapes, you've got a couple of options with your shapes. You can make them into long shapes, a bit like the apple pies that you get at McDonald's, or you can make them into triangles, or you can make them into circles. It's up to you. The first one I'm going to show you is, pause. Okay, so once you're rolled out, you then can decide what shapes you want. Remember that if you've got a very large shaped one and a small one, they're going to take different cooking times, so you need to bear that in mind. So you can use a ruler out the pastry drawer to help you get nice and even sizes and straight lines if you're a perfectionist like me. These are pastry rulers, we don't use them in the classroom. Or you can use a cookie cutter as well to do them. So I'm going to show you some different shapes. The first one I'm going to do is I'm going to show you with a cookie cutter. So just pop your cutter down. Don't twist, because it will twist your pastry. Go right to the edge so you don't waste your pastry. And there's one shape. So we're going to do one like that. I'm then going to show you a rectangular shape. So with it, I'm going to measure it and I want to be it perfectly straight. And cut your shape. And you want it ideally to be the same size. So there's another one. I'm going to do a rectangular one. There's my other one. And then I'm also going to do a triangle. Triangle, so you want to make a square. So I'm going to go with 4 and then 4 inches that way. And then I'm going to cut it into a square. Oh, I could do 2. Could I? Let's go with 3 and a 3, 4 and a. So I'm going to do two triangles. This is too perfectionist. So I've got, these will be triangles, which I'll show you. And then with the last one, I'm going to make it into a rectangle. So I'm just making sure that my sides are, so these bits you chuck away, you won't use. You won't be able to re-roll out again like short crust pastry. Okay, so we've got some different styles. So what you're going to do is you need a little pot with some water, and you're just going to go round your base like this. It'll help your pastry stick. And then put it on your baking tray before you put your filling on. And then you're going to get your mixture and pop it in the middle. Don't overfill it because it'll be hard to get it to shut. So put your mixture like that. Then get your top and you're just going to pop it over and squeeze it round to the edge. And you want to try and get any air bubbles out. So make sure that you're squishing it down. And then you can either get a fork and you can go around the edge and squash it like this. There's one idea. I'll show you some different ones. Use your back of your fork. And then I'm also going to put a couple of cuts in the top to look pretty. So there's one idea. The next idea that you can do is a triangle. So get your square, get a little bit of water on your edge like this, and then you're going to get your filling, and to do it as a triangle you're just going to put it on that one side. So a bit of filling. There. And then you're going to flip over your pastry and squash down your sides again. Make sure you've got it nice and secure on your edges because otherwise it will pop. Now if you're a perfectionist like me, you might want to get a knife and cut your edges so they're the same. And then you can either use your fork again, or you get your knife and do a different pattern just to help seal your edges like that. So you can use the edge of your knife to make a different pattern. And then this one I'm going to put some fork holes in it. So there's another one, another triangle. Then we're going to do the rectangular one like a typical McDonald's apple pie or Greg's. Let's get your water, go around the edge. This just helps it seal. Get your filling. Pop it on. Get your top. And you're just going to squeeze it again to the edge. Again, if you want to go around with a knife and to make it even, you can. And then I'm going to squeeze this one in. So there's 3 different options. You can use different shaped custards if you like, it's up to you. You can do different patterns as well. So there I've got 3 options. And then once you've done that, you're then going to get your egg white mixture, which will be in a jug at the front of the classroom, and you're going to put a glaze on. So this will make a nice golden colour. So just brush it over the top of your pastry, and this will help them be nice and shiny. Just over the top. And then with a bit of your sugar left over, you're just going to sprinkle it on the top. Don't put loads on because it will make it too sweet and it will also burn. So once they're done like this, they're then going to go in the oven for 20 minutes in the oven. Make sure you put your oven gloves on, and then once they're in the oven, get washed up. Okay, so after 20 minutes, your fruit jalousies should be done. So put your oven gloves on, take them out the oven carefully. Oh, look at them steaming. Ooh. Put them on top of the oven, not on the side. Be nice and golden brown and crisp. And you can see they've got a lovely rise in them as well from the pastry. Like that, beautiful. Slightly overdone, you don't want them to go like this. They want to be more like that golden brown. And then just put them in your container, let them cool, wash up your baking liner and dry up, and you're done. Enjoy your tasty fruit jalousie.